Good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening, and thank you for coming to my impromptu little live stream. I see I'm just on YouTube tonight, and I see there's a few in hi. I just have to make sure this is down. Okay, I don't need this. I'm testing things. It's great to see you guys. I'm testing this new um, wow. It's nice. It's fast, the connection. Well, it is what it is. And I am, I'm just glad to be here. I'm tired. A lot going on. A lot. Definitely a lot. But it's good to see you, Groot. Hi, Groot. Hi, Cindy and Kim. Thank you for modding at the last minute. And Billy Joe's Mo and Cindy. Hi, Cindy and Karen. Good. Good to see you guys. And hi, Goran. Hello, my dear. Oh, this is great. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, thank you for joining me. And Warren, yes, I'm back at my work desk. Yes, I am. I just saw Warren today. Warren is staying at Bugs in a Jar Farm. I was lucky enough to go stay in the new little tiny house there, and it was nice. I'm very tired. And yes, I would love to send rain to Oregon. Dwayne, I would love to. Absolutely. But okay, so we have news, but I am testing. We have a comment I want to talk about that David Price asked the channel. I've got a lot set up. And hello, KS on here, my buddy pal. I'll drink to that, but it's not alcohol. It's a damn Diet Pepsi mixed with water. Yuck. Okay, so impromptu is fun. All right, yeah, it's fun. It is fun. I'm going to start by looking. I looked at the connection and it really looked quite good. Wow. I cannot believe that I have the speeds that I have. I don't know. Dr. Oguzken would probably say, well, it's technology, but here I am and I can talk to you guys. And then at the same time, I've got the lightning tracker on my phone annoying me and telling me that, of course, there's probably going to be another storm. There's lots of them. Lots of them. It's just a usual thing. And now I lost. Okay. Oh, look at that. I can hear myself on the phone, which is what I monitor with. This is like a little mini monitor. It's very cool. Okay. So hi, Aaron. And it is a good, clean, it looks good. I can't wait to have 4 people at once. Later on, I put the link up in I don't know if let me see if I can get it in there. I can. I will put that link up, and I don't know if I can pin it, but I can show it again for when I'm ready to have people join me to see how it goes. Dwayne, he tested his internet speed. Well, it's taken me a very long time to get here. This is rural broadband, and it has been a discussion for a long time, and I guess COVID helped it along because people had to educate their kids, and being that they had to educate their kids, it was hurried along. One of the candidates that was running for Congress here, Tracy Matrano, who lost to that ass-looking toady Tom Reed, who I saw at Walmart like a month and a half ago shopping. Turd congressman, does nothing. But I don't think he had anything to do with the broadband, and it's a business decision. But I am seizing on it. I'm not a business, but I really, really wanted to do this, and I said goodbye to AT&T, and I think that for just for that we will give them goodbye, AT&T. AT&T gets the toilet flush of the day for shitty service, for long customer service waits, and now I probably have to look for something different and see what I could do for the phone. But I think in the long run I'll save money because yes, I'm getting a fast service, but I will save money. Thank God. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is I want to do a couple of things. I wanted to look at the fires. I want to look at the ice. And I haven't had a lot of time because when I came home, I didn't even go to the garden yet. I had to check on everything out on the deck. You can't tell with what's going on with our weather, that you can't tell if should uncover things, cover things, move plants. I've got a lot of different kinds of plants and they need protection and things like that. So it's kind of hard to go away even for a night. But anyway, I'm not going to ramble. It's just I really couldn't wait to test this. All right. So we're going to start with I wanted to talk about some comments, but I do want to look at this because a lot of you are on the right coast, the left coast. And let's see if I can get this a little bit bigger, since I am trying to give you a good experience. Okay, there we go. This was the LA Times, and this was just 4 hours ago. And I think we're going to look at this because it's where I got the cover. And it's really distressed. Oh, come on. Are they going to paywall me out? Are you freaking kidding me? I didn't look. I didn't know that they were going to paywall me out. I'm really not happy with them. That sucks. Okay, well, then we're going to go. Fuck you, LA Times. Fuck you and your paywalling out bullshit on a very serious story, which everyone in the United States should know about. Wow. Doesn't that suck? Okay, well, we won't play them. That's probably why they have nothing. Here, let's look at CAL FIRE. This is 4 hours ago. Firefighter hand crews are integral to wildland firefighting operations and CAL FIRE's ability to construct fire lines to help contain and control wildfires. So they've got their videos out there for everybody to see what's going on out there. Can you hear this?
Doing burning operations.
Tell me if you can hear this.
Unique opportunity to learn what we do.
Please tell me yes or no.
And we take pride in our work.
On the hand crew, we remove all the fuel on the perimeter of this fire so the fire can't advance anymore. The engines come in behind us with the water and they put out the fire on the edge. So we remove the fuel, they remove the heat, and then we contain the fire.
We hike, run, and cut every single day. We're on shift.
I have a big lag. You can hear me though. Okay, that's cool. Then that's another test. Wow, awesome. Awesome that worked. Yes. I think things are getting better. That's how hard these guys work. They work hard. These people work, guys, gals, all of them. But this is not how it's supposed to be. 5 hours. The Beckworth complex is getting early this morning already, producing, oh Lord, a 20. Look at that. Look at that smoke plume. And these are people's lives. And wildlife, animals, everything. Every year now, every year, it's just going to get worse and worse. And I will tell you, the insurance companies, and I don't know if I could find it, but the insurance companies are not going to insure wineries in Northern California. And I wonder where they're going to go. Oh, hi, Jay Brent. How are you? I think I saw you on Twitter and answered you. It's great to see all of you. I like this time. This is pretty good. So what are we going to do here? I mean, really, seriously. I have a kid who wants to move to California. Okay, Human said the audio was low. All right. See, that's good to know. Thank you, Human. It's good to see you. I have to know that because I have settings here that I work with, and that's what I'm here for today. And we're going to go over some more of this. Active wildfires in Oregon. Dwayne, you're in state of Washington, right? My brother's in Eugene. There's no fires. It looks like there's no fires, but there's fires all over in the interior, and they're hot and they're dry. And Karen Reese is with us. She lives in California, so she understands. And hello, Kevin Stanholzer. I heard I will see you soon. Same Kevin, right? Yeah. Yep, here we go. Dwayne, climate change is irreversible and it's exponentiating. Yes, we're so fucked. It's the animals and plants that I'm depressed about. They are suffering more than we are right now. Oh, yeah. I agree 100% how with the animals. Even in places where there's no fires like today, and it's been so wet here that as I was driving home from Bugs in a Jar on the highway, I was just devastated. There was a tortoise, whatever you want, a turtle, crossing the freaking highway. I missed him. A lot of cars missed him, but I couldn't get that turtle, the collateral damage of a poor little turtle losing his way onto a stupid big 4-lane highway. Just really was upsetting me. Of course, I have to obsess over the turtle. And what was I going to do? Stop it? Everybody's going 75 miles an hour. So, okay. All right. So we're going to go back to this. I'm glad you guys are having a good chat. And I guess it looks good. And you tell me if it didn't sound good or if I didn't sound loud enough, because that's another thing I'm using. And I'm still testing the mic I won from Live Streaming Pros. Love you, Luria. Okay. Let's see what else is going on here. And this is Boulder. See, they're getting where Jennifer lives. Boulder's getting the smoky skies from the fires. Let's see how that works. It's going through Boise and Elko. Today is when I wish I had Nicholas with me, but this was very yeah. Oh, you're right. It is a cycle. So the turtle will become food for a hungry crow. Because at night where the highway I was driving on won't be so busy. Thank you. That made me feel better. It's the circle of life. Of course, I just didn't think about it. Oh my goodness. Yes, it does. So Bugs in a Jar looks great. Sam did a great job. Yes, it is. It's really, really, really cute. And I am happy that we are getting together with so many people. And Warren, are you still with us? Yeah, Warren's wonderful. Also known as Mike Rodick on Facebook. And you guys know him. He is Extinction Rebellion. Warren, I don't know if you're still here. He was doing work with Extinction Rebellion in Florida. And he is, I've interviewed him. So you guys know him. You definitely know him. So the smoke is moving across the country. And now I need to figure out why I can't go back. Okay. Moving across the country. And what else is in the Twitter sphere here today? Because I'm really cheating. Let's see. Look at that picture. See, that's the stuff you get scared of. Because that's the insidious stuff. And when I watched the live stream that Hoople's cat did on what happened up in Canada, the fire that took the whole town, it's how fast it goes, Oh, is Jim with us? Jim, do you want to join? I've put the link in. If you want to join, you can join, but I'm not ready. I'm still blabbing, but we can test and see how 2 looks. That would be great, Jim. I didn't know Jim was here. Okay, that would be really, really, really cool if he wanted to. Let's see. The Circle of Life is from The Lion King, a song Elton John wrote, not science. The Circle of Life. Okay. It is, though. Life is a circle, somewhat. Circular. I got hair in my face. You guys hear the fan? That's another thing. I have a fan on that hits the computer, the laptop, because it gets really hot. Really hot. And this is what people see. Up in Canada. This is Kamloops. This is Canada. So I don't know if there's an escape from one form or another of just total shit. Okay, listen. Jim, I've sent you that link. It's just click on it and you'll be in the waiting room. And then, guys, you get Jim and me. Yay! Jim, I was talking about you because I said if I win the lottery, which you have to be in it, I'm coming to Fairbanks and I'm going to hang out with you. I'm going to see things that I didn't get to see. It would be amazing. So when he comes, let's look at some more Twitter. I actually wanted to answer Well, here's Peter Kalmus on the ice. But this was an interesting question, and perhaps Jim is in the same Twitter sphere as I am. So this is, okay. Well, I can't get down so you could see it. I'll move myself. Climate scientists, I'm curious if the Pacific Northwest heat dome event changed your subjective sense of impact sensitivity. I feel like it moved up my sense of where we are by about a decade, maybe even more. I wasn't expecting this kind of intensity at 1.2 C, more like maybe 1.5 C. And and he's pretty popular, but not popular enough. By no means is he popular enough. Same with wildfires and Arctic sea extent. Yeah, Paul Beckwith answered, I fully expected it, and much worse. Have for many years, as you probably know. Of course, Paul has been, well, he's definitely a friend of our channel, and he's been on his trip across Canada, and I've been watching it. It's been so interesting. It really is. Okay. Jim, if you're coming, he's probably fixing himself up. We all do, or getting his shit together. All right, so they have this, let's see. I'm an ecologist, not a climate scientist, but it seems the estimates for safe levels of warmings have been wild compromises with climate effects already disastrous for natural ecosystems before we reach 1.5. So it's pretty scary out there. And I suppose that's why, Sam's doing bugs in a jar farm. And that's going to lead me to the question that I'm going to answer, which I can't really answer, from David Price, about, preppers and preparing, and how I say I'm a pseudo prepper, and, can you ever be prepared, and nothing's going to happen all at once. This is the drib drab of everything happening as it goes. It's not going to be one big event where, oh my God, collapse, boom. It's what's happening now. And all right, I'll show you. I'm going to show you what David wrote. Oh shit. Oh gosh. You know what? I hope I can find. I found it. All right, Jim. I'm going to bring you on. Hello, Jim. And Jim is with us.
Howdy.
Let's see. Welcome to
Howdy.
our show. Let me get
How are you doing today?
Good. Let me test you. I'm testing a lot of things. So while you're here, let me get the sound, and everybody can say hello to you. I got the faster internet, and you already look better. Wow, this is pretty cool. You already look better.
That's scary.
Oh, shush. It looks good. So everybody's happy. I don't have your name, so let me quickly get your name so I can write it in the software. And how's this? It's hard to do all this when you're, okay, Jim Massa. Okay, let's see. We will add this to the, is it working? It didn't work. It doesn't work when I'm trying to do something when I'm live. Oh, I should have you in a scene already. See, this software, you can make scenes and have them all prepared. Okay, I'm adding you. Let's see how big it gets. Oh, it's not that bad. Hey, Jim! I'll give you an opportunity. Who's that dude? That's our Jim. Our Jim from Alaska. Science Talk with Jim Massa. Everybody knows you and loves you. And so what's happening up there in Fairbanks? Getting ready for me to win the lottery to visit?
It's smoky right now.
Okay. Let's hear it.
There's a fire that's it's at the end of what's called Chino, a hot spring there. Okay. And there's a fire right in that area. It's a very common recreational spot all year long, and big fire there, and the prevailing smoke and wind is just blowing the crap everywhere. So it's now, as far as the distance from where I live, it's about 65 miles as the raven flies. Mm-hmm. So 65
miles. Oh.
So really? I'm not in any imminent danger. and the fire has to
Right.
cross like a major highway too. So
Right.
not like last
Tough.
year where I had a fire less than 10 miles from my house, and it
Oh,
was could
I kind of remember
run
that.
down the hill.
Wow.
That
Damn,
was a
Jim.
bit intense.
Yeah, that's scary shit. Well, while you're talking, I'm playing with, let's see, brightness. I'm getting you brighter, and I'm giving you some temperature. You don't have a temperature. I'm just giving you some. I can make his green. I can make him really green. We could pretend he's on the alien spaceship. Saturation. Oh my gosh, this is
or,
great.
or for green, I'll be puking.
I can't believe that. It looks so clear. Oh, everybody, I'm so happy. I'm really so happy with this. Yeah, little stupid things that are making me happy. Yay.
But
I'm fixing mine.
I saw
Yeah.
you started your podcast. This obviously discussing, the recent heat dome over the
Yeah.
Pacific Northwest, and you got the fires and stuff like that. Don't forget, you got the fires going in Siberia. You've got northern Finland, northern
Oh,
Norway
how could we
is
forget?
incredibly warm. Yeah, the sea ice is disappearing. Even in the Canadian archipelago, like all those myriad of islands around, to the west of Greenland, the ice is thinning out there. It's and when you look at how warm the air is, warmer air can hold more moisture. It's going to do
Right.
what? It's going to suck the moisture right out of the ground. And even
Oh, God.
the tundra here, which is muskeg and it's always boggy and wet.
Okay.
In the past when I would walk, it's hard walking, but it'd be
Mm-hmm.
squishy. You can feel it swishing under your feet and stuff. Now you hear it crunching because the vegetation is drying out.
Oh, it's scary.
So, you know, sh- I think in this respect here, I think we just went over a tipping point.
You think?
I'm not a botanist, atmospheric scientist. I'm just an oceanographer.
Okay.
But it would not surprise me if for this particular set of conditions, we've gone over a tipping point.
You know what, Jim? My friend Jackie Heino wrote me about the trees here. I think she thinks there's some kind of tipping point going on. She drove into Western New York, and there are whole swatches of mountains that are just like dead. We don't know if it's from the weather that's gone weather whiplash, if it's from any kind of non-native insect species that are killing these trees. We don't know yet. She's a soil scientist, and so she knows more, and she doesn't know. So that's another. It seems like maybe mini tipping points, or am I just being too naive?
I mean, I'm preparing a video. I still got to edit it, talking about the permafrost here in Fairbanks.
Wow.
Right local. Some astonishing research that's just come out about the permafrost there and how that is rapidly changing.
Mm,
And and when you think about, okay, since 1971,
yeah.
the oceans have absorbed 93%
Oh,
of all the greenhouse gas emissions we put into the atmosphere. So when you come right down to it, the remaining just 7%. Look what 7% has done
7%. That's
of the
insane.
greenhouse gases.
Yep.
Look all the damage that 7% has done. And the oceans cannot keep absorbing CO2 because you warm up the water, you're going to reduce gas solubility, so it's not going to absorb the CO2 from the atmosphere, and at some point it's going to start outgassing the CO2 back into the atmosphere, further warming things. It's crazy.
So, Jim, we get back to Peter Kalmus. I don't know. Did you see this part? I had quoted read his tweet that said, let me get it so I can, everybody, the climate scientist, I'm curious if the Pacific Northwest heat dome event changed your subjective sense of impact sensitivity. I feel like it moved up my sense of where we are by about a decade, maybe even more. I wasn't expecting this kind of intensity at 1.2, more like maybe 1.5. Could you comment to that? Did you see that tweet? Because we're
Well,
all you and I are in
I,
the same.
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't see the tweet until you just showed it.
All
but
right.
I try to avoid subjectiveness. I try to, I try to look at, because subjective is subjective. It really,
Okay.
to me, it doesn't mean much. I understand some people, go with that, line of thinking. I try to be as objective as I can. And, these talking 1.2, I'm already seeing 1.4, 1.5 now.
Yeah.
I'm already seeing that. So I think we're further along. When you start having events like this, or I just described, you've got the oceans, and the CO2 can eventually start outgassing probably soon. You've got all that stratification, so that the heat is not even being sequestered down to depth. That heat is going to start diffusing back into the atmosphere. So you're going to really kickstart things, so that the models that I was seeing is showing 5 to 7 C by 2100, or 7 to 9 C by 2100, along with what the trees are so stressed out that that a lot of them are not photosynthesizing,
Jesus,
that they're now
well,
actually sucking down
I'm
oxygen.
Out. I'm sucking up cannabis.
It's I can see how it's conceivable that some of these models, that they probably took those factors into account, are projecting what they're projecting. It's crazy bad stuff.
Well, this is it was an interesting thread. So when you get a chance, probably, check it out, because everybody weighed in.
I will.
And yeah, definitely. So, where do we go from here? I guess I could bring this up, and you can sit in on this. David Price, I believe it's the same David Price that hosts a Saturday night show on Divided We Stand with Brian Weinstein. And let's hear this, because I never thought, where is it? I never thought of myself. I had mentioned about prepping, like prepping. So let's read his comment. I told him I would answer it live, and you're with me, Jim. So this is cool. And oh boy, let me make it so everybody could see it. Well, it doesn't really matter. If you can see it, you can see it. I can't. I don't want to fart around with it and waste everybody's time, even though I know this is testing. Okay, David Price. I really enjoy this channel and do not want to piss anybody off. But could a prepper or two answer something I don't currently understand? The way I see it, when current society fails, there will be hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of people streaming from the cities looking for a way to survive. If you don't have dozens of 50 caliber machine guns and an endless supply of ammunition, how do you expect to keep your few acres of land for your family safe? Do you think no one is going to come your way, or what? And do you really want to live in that kind of world? Again, I don't want to cause anger, and you're not, Dave. I just don't understand. I wanted to answer him, but I thought maybe you and me could answer him together, because I think he maybe took me literally, like I think that little old me could defend against the what is it, the marauders that are of very famous from television shows such as The Walking Dead. What do you think of that? What would you say to that? Are you a prepper, Jim?
I'm too old.
Me too.
So it's like, they come, okay, I'll grab my pump shotgun. All right, whatever.
Yeah,
that might
me
last
too.
one round, and I'll get my one round off, and that's it.
What do you got? What kind of shotgun do you have?
Remington Wingmaster.
A Wingmaster? I have an Ethica Featherlight. That isn't going to do much.
12 gauge.
Okay. Well, now that we've covered that
was my moose gun when I had my dog team out. If I had a moose encounter.
Oh yeah, you had to stay safe.
I used a rubber bullet. I didn't want to hurt the animal. I just wanted
a
rubber bullet up the haunches. Basically, give it a little bruise, convince the folly of its way so that it leave us.
A little tush, a little bruise on the tush. Well, that's cute.
Yeah,
Mine's just for
basically,
target
I always
shooting.
I always aim for the ass if I could. Or if not, then the front, like the front deltoid or something like that.
Yeah,
But
just
I
give
didn't
them an
want to hit any
ouchie.
vital areas.
No,
Yeah,
and they just want them to get out of the way. It's not like
exactly. Yeah.
you're not hunting them. I just have it for target shooting, and I know how to use it. It was a phase of life. But to answer Dave, who wants to live in that? Okay, I really want to live. I want to live in that kind of world. No, Dave. And anyway, I'm not a hardcore prepper. When I say prep, I'm thinking more like prepping for catastrophic weather events. Well, maybe not catastrophic, but weather events that would see that I can't go out for days or weeks. Power backup. I mean, up there at Fairbanks, you lose power, Jim?
I've got generators.
Yeah, and that's what I'm doing. I'm preparing for those things, and so I'm not preparing for to have, as he said, dozens of 50 caliber machine guns. I think Dave Hun, it's not Walking Dead that I'm preparing for. It's events that I have no control of, like torrential rainstorms that knock out the power. The potential can happen. That's, I think, what I would say. Now, if there's any preppers watching our channel, because I watch some of yours, please do weigh in on this. It's interesting. Anybody in our audience? Let's see. Okay.
Well,
Anton Scorpio here. Hi, Anton. Go ahead, Jim.
Well, he does touch upon a very mosquito flying around in here. He does touch upon an important principle here, or something that we have to think about, and that's namely climate refugees. We're going to create climate refugees by the hundreds of millions. Mm-hmm. It's already starting to happen in certain spots of the planet, and as the land becomes more inhospitable or uninhabitable, you're going to force the people out from those lands. So now you have all these people. You still have the same amount of land surface area, but now you're increasing the concentration. So where are you going to, one, house the people, two, come up with enough food to feed them? You either use land. If you use land to house people, well, that's land being taken away from growing crops. If you use land to grow crops, that's land that's not used for housing people. So there's a trade-off here, and the trade-off is going to be, quite honestly, mass mortality. James Lovelock has opined that by 2070, 2075, he anticipates there'll probably be 6 billion dead people by then.
What
we're
year?
at basically 2070, 75.
Oh, well, I'll be long gone. And that's here. A terrible thing, but I care about my kid. I care about all the animals that will, be there. I care about what goes on after me. It's not all about me, and that's what the oligarchs and all these sociopaths that run the fucking world care about themselves. They don't care about anything else.
But the point is, we're at, 8 billion people.
Yeah.
We're about 8 billion people now. So he's basically predicting a 75% decrease in number of people. And when you consider that the carrying capacity for humans is between 100 to 600 million, and we're at 8 billion, so we're at 13 to 80 times above carrying capacity. This is not sustainable, people. No matter how you look at this, this is not sustainable.
William Patton told us this.
Basic ecology.
Jesus Christ. Oh, we have a good, busy chat going, Jim. We've spurred some discussion here. All this stuff. And you know what, Dave? I hope we gave you some kind of answer. I mean, we're not waiting for the zombies to come. It's going to happen, but we know. Who's going to want to live in that world? It's going to be, or you have to just say, screw it, and then you join the bad guys just to survive. I mean, the younger people, if that's indeed how anything goes, who could tell? We can't tell the future. It's scary, but, I'm not sure if all of these Jim, I don't know. You just mentioned all the climate refugees. It's happening already, right? It's happening already.
I've been discussing that on some of my videos. And don't forget, as the Arctic thaws, we don't know what pathogens are lurking to kind of bite us in the ass big time.
Oh, just give us another one. Yeah. Okay. The pathogens. All right, let's go for this pathogens shit. Yeah. Okay. Come on, Jim. Spit it out. Scare us some more because I'm already feeling... No, really. Enlighten us.
I mean, I don't know if people are aware of this, but some Russian scientists recently came across some frozen worms in the ice, in the permafrost, and it was something like 40,000 years old worms. They brought it back to the lab, thawed out the ice, melted the ice, thawed out the worms, and they started wiggling. They came back to life after being frozen for 40,000 years.
I just thought of something, Jim. Let's do that to the goddamn oligarchs and send them off to Mars and they can wiggle back to life. Bat or somewhere else. Leave us alone.
Nah, send them to the Oort cloud.
The Oort cloud? All right, let's hear what the Oort cloud is, please.
Just get the hell out of here, Oort cloud. No chance of coming back.
Yeah, let's get rid of them. Woohoo! Hi, Gregory. All right, wait, what is Gregory? Jitter-free high resolution. Woohoo, Sandy. Yes, thank you, Greg. You mean it's first time? It's great. I am so happy. The internet is so goddamn fast. Oh my god. I'm I don't know. I'm so like technologically excited. I know it's gonna do me. We're doing us in, but Jim, I could sit and talk to you in Alaska. How could I have done that? Remember when we grew up, we wouldn't even think about being able to talk to somebody in Alaska and be best friends with them, even not meeting them. Mm-mm. By the way, it's horrible diet soda with a lot of water, just so you know.
Yeah, I remember.
I wish it was Jack Daniels.
Quite the faraway place.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I would love to go. Okay, Rich woke up. The Trumplurables are going to fly Delta. So long, suckers. Yes. Oh, my God. Okay, let's see. Dwayne.
They could fly Delta with the Delta variant.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, that's a good one. You should get the xylophone for that. All right. Delta variant. Most of us won't survive a real emergency. Wait, I lost it. Dwayne. Oh, shit. It went fast. Dwayne, I lost it. It was a good one. Dwayne's definitely a doomer. Oh, well. There's a lot of stuff going on out there, and I want to know if anybody hears the bot. I didn't use Restream, but all I hear in this chat is bloop, bloop, and I say it all the time. I don't know. Okay, Osama, stream is dynamite. Yes! All right, Jim, I'm so glad you were part of this. To break in lightning fast. Holy shitski, lightning fast. Hey, you. It took Voyager 50 years to get to the Oort cloud. Yeah. What? What?
No, I was just saying quantum tunneling.
Why
you have lightning fast internet.
Yeah. Oh, quantum tunneling. Okay. Well, guys, how's everybody doing? We want to look at anything else that I pulled up? I didn't pull up much. David, I hope I answered I'm going to tell you that I did this, David. So maybe we didn't do well, but maybe I have to point David to the Real Prepper channels and he should go on Canadian Prepper and ask just that question. That would be cool. That guy is a freak. But, he had one video today I watched, or yesterday, all about powder stuff that stays good for like 20 or 30 years. And it's things I have, like peanut butter powder. It's all interesting to me. How to make food last, how to can, how to be subsistent if you can't get out of the house for a month, which I don't think that big snowstorm is ever going to come back, the ones I used to love. What do you think about that? I know you're an oceanographer, but what are the odds of the kind of snow we used to have in Western New York that has petered out?
I'm actually surprised you're not getting more of the lake effect snow, considering that with the warmer air temperatures, the lakes won't freeze over. So you got all that body of moisture
I
that
know, but it doesn't come
should
down
be
here.
primed. Right, this is,
Oh,
I mean, when I first came to Alaska well over 30 years ago, we used to get 3-4 weeks straight of 50, 55, 60 below Fahrenheit, and those days are gone. But when you get a cold snap like that, you're prepared. You're not going to drive anywhere, so you stay at the cabin and you make sure you got enough heat and all that kind of stuff, and food, plenty of snow, so you got plenty of water. You just melt the snow. But so I'm back in the day. Yeah, I used to. It would not be uncommon that every winter I'd have to spend at least 2, if not 3 or 4 weeks, hunkered down.
Hunkered down. Well, I guess that's what I'm. Maybe I will be self-imposed hunkered down because I don't like going anywhere anymore. Not that much. I have so much responsibility here right now. I made a whole thing of glamping.
I just came back from town. I just came back from town. I had to do a water run, so I hauled like 150 gallons of water, just pumped it over. So no, that's my foray into town.
Does that stay in the back of your truck? Does that stay in the back of your truck, or do you have?
No,
how do you negotiate this?
I've got a 150-pound tank that's in my truck, and then when I haul it back, I run it through a pump, and I pump it into a 400-gallon holding tank that's inside the house.
Okay.
And,
so that tank stays on your truck? You never take it off the back of your truck? Yeah.
Well, it's easily movable. So if I'm going to say, I need to haul a whole pile of sheathing or whatever, take it out, stick it in the garage, go to town, get my sheathing, get my lumber, and then haul it back, then throw it back in there.
Okay. Well, that's cool. I just wondered because I know it's different for you having to go get water. I've got 2 wells on my property, so.
But I'll tell you this though, having the haul water, one gets, I guess, an increased appreciation for how we need to preserve water.
Oh my gosh, we do.
I basically, 150 gallons, I basically get a load once a month of water. My water usage is very low.
Well. You're doing really well. That's good. You don't have water usage like I have, but it hasn't been dry. We've had so much water that I haven't had to irrigate because, nature is irrigating.
That's good.
Yeah, but it's too much. It's not even.
I'm by myself. Seasonable. I don't go to town a lot, so I don't have to take a shower every day. It's like, and even then, my shower head is 1.7 gallons per minute. One of the lowest flow rates you can have. My water heater is an on-demand wall-mounted, so it's not like one of those things where you got a 40 or 50 gallon water heater that you got those 40, 50 gallons you got to keep hot all the time.
Yeah.
So you got all the electrical usage on that. So it's just the unit comes on when hot water is flowing. When the hot water line is flowing past the sensors. That's the only time the hot water
is it electric
heater kicks in.
Are you using your gas? Is it propane?
They're both available. Mine is electric.
Oh, that's cool. Because I didn't want I'd rather have that. That's awesome, Jim. You're giving me ideas because I know mine's going to blow. And this lady down the street, she has a solar panel that is for just a solar hot water tank. And I saw that and I said, and mine takes a shit. I'm going to go down to see her and do the same thing. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Well, here's another thing. My toilet is an electric toilet. It's called an Incinolette. What was I called? An incinerator. But basically, there's no water. You don't use any water. And when you think about it, think how much water we waste by using toilets. You have clean water, and then you put things in it that's no longer clean, and then you send it down a sewer line. Right. Now, to me, would be a great way to go, and you've seen this a lot in Europe, is that they will capture the gray water, and they'll use the gray water in the toilet.
The gray water method. That is a good thing. It makes 100% sense. Well, you know what I did? I got an outhouse now.
Perfect sense.
I got an outhouse, so now I love it because I made it a composting toilet, and when I'm out in the garden, I don't have to run up in the house when I drink my 42 cups of coffee and, 6 things of water. It's right there. It's perfect. Worked out great. I thought that it would be for company, but I'm the most happiest recipient of that thing. Yeah, I like it. But, it is cool to understand how each other lives, and it's not a prepper mentality of I'm going to have, machine guns at every part of the property. It's just preparing for any inevitable power outage. It's preparing for and having food available so I don't have to go shopping, which I hate. So I'd rather can it. I'd rather put all my vegetables away and can it. I'm looking into what can I do for backup, inexpensive, with solar. What with wattage? I have a watt meter. What could run my freezer, let's say, or what could run my well pump? Because I can't get a solar system for the house. I could never afford it. But piecemeal. I mean, even using Harbor Freight panels. I've been watching all this stuff, learning all about. Those kinds of things. It's interesting. Backup things. So we'll see. Hey, Poppy.
You might be able to find some federal programs that can give you some grants to solar panels.
Yeah, I could use the old lady card. Yeah. Who knows? I think
seriously.
I'll look.
I mean, that they're out there.
I'll look. Grace said, "Yep, toilets are the worst waste." And in the house I have septic, so I don't have to. It's let it yellow and mellow and all that horseshit, Okay, Dwayne, the West is too privileged and pampered. Look at the idiots that was hoarding toilet paper at the start of COVID. So you'd think that the West should burn up, Dwayne? Do you think that they earned the right? Come on. Jeez. Yeah, there it is, John. If it's yellow, let it mellow. I like these unplanned shows. This was awesome. I love it. I wonder what else I could pick out.
Wasn't it that song Yellow, Mellow Yellow or something like that? That song?
Yeah. Okay, let's see
how it went. But
Come on, guys. You got any questions? We are on now for 49 minutes, and I'm usually an hour. My brother says, my younger brother says that my shows are too long. He said, I have no attention span. He goes, I have no attention span. I said, Glenn, if I only do 2 or 3 shows a week or 2, an hour is fine, and people can watch it in chunks if they don't want to watch the whole thing at once. I like it. And tell me out there in the chat, don't you guys like an hour? I mean, it's like family time, chat time. We love each other. We care about each other. We're from all over the world. It's a great thing, and I like the camaraderie of many chats I'm in on YouTube. I do have to say, I have camaraderie with people all over. I love it. I think it's great. So technology does help in some senses. I'm not spreading anything that's not fact, right? Right, Jim? We're talking about reality.
Yeah. And the reality is, it's like, we're screwed. It's when you hear people say, well, if we went to zero emissions, we can stop at 2 C warming. And then I'm basically saying, well, you're making a mistake about 99% of people on this planet make, and that is, the atmosphere controls the climate. It's the oceans. And when you've got 200 plus zettajoules of latent heat energy in the oceans, there's no blessed way you're going to keep things under 2C. It's just not going to happen. And that's the thermal inertia that people have heard me always talk about. When I keep saying thermal inertia, it's because of all the latent heat energy in the oceans. It's just a shitload of it.
All right.
Which, by the way,
yes,
I'm gonna have a follow-up video to my ocean heat content video where I now explain why the sea ice is melting earlier in the year. We kind of have an idea why it melts, why it freezes later in the year, but I'm going to explain why it melts early in the year. The video is so damn long, I actually end up splitting it into 2 videos.
Okay, I look forward to that. Well, that segues into Rich's question, which was, do you have an update on a BOE? You got any update when based on what you're seeing? Is it going to happen like Scripps, what the scientists from Scripps said in 2022, or what's the debate?
I'm seeing the models that I've seen, project somewhere between 2022 to 2024 will be the first BOE. It might last a month or so, and then it progresses from there. So that 2 months a year, 4 months a year, that where by the mid 2030s, the Arctic Ocean will be ice-free year-round. Those are some of the projections I'm seeing. As far as this year goes, it's like, holy crap, the multi-year ice, the thickness is tanking. I mean, it was very startling to see how much the multi-year ice has disappeared. Will there be a BOE this year? I don't know. I am kind of doubtful, but I am expecting to see more and more sea ice loss.
Yes, and we have been expecting to see that for years as it goes, and we watch it.
And even if you get what's just called greasy ice or frazzle ice, that's the kind of ice where sunlight energy will still penetrate into the ocean water below.
Frazzle ice?
It's really it's kind of like little pieces of ice that when ice first starts forming, because you got the brine rejection process going on, it's called greasy ice or grease ice because it kind of looks like a pile of grease, and then it starts to solidify a bit more, so then it's called frazzle, and then the next step is pancake ice, and that's where you get these little ice flow kind of thing, and they kind of bump and grind against each other, and then if it finally freezes solid into ice sheets and that kind of deal. It's the ice sheets, if they persist for 4, 5, 6, 7 years as they did in the past, that's where you get that thick ice, that's where you get the high albedo from, and that's kind of the refrigerator for the planet, along with Antarctica. Well, we're losing the multi-year ice, we're losing the thick ice, and we're getting it down to that the ice is at most 1 to 2 years, and it's pretty translucent, so sun energy can still penetrate through the ice. Not all of it will, so you get a little bit of albedo, but not the albedo of multi-year ice. So you're still getting sun energy into the water, and that then creates this little positive loop that you're going to start warming up the surface water. And what I'm going to reveal in my 2-part sea ice melt explain video,
we'll be there.
What the hell is going on?
We will be there.
So, and in this video, I actually provide quantitative values. So I'm actually telling you how much heat is going in, what's the transport and volume of water. So it's not just, this is going on. I'm like, here are the numbers. This is what's going on. And one of the researchers I feature was actually someone I interviewed with for a postdoc in the University of Washington.
Really?
Yeah, she's a nice lady, damn good scientist. But yeah,
cool.
I decided to stay in Alaska.
Yeah, well, I might have made that decision, but hey, talking about decisions, Nick Humphrey says hi everybody, and he got a place. They're being Fargo, and his PhD studies we will follow because of them being in emergency management. It's going to be interesting.
That will be an extremely useful expertise that we have, and a couple of things. That's what's coming down the pipe.
Yep, and we're going to be with him the whole way, and we'll learn along with him when he has time to come with us. And of course, Jennifer and I have a show on Friday night. This Friday, are you joining us for that show, Jim?
Do you want me to?
Sure. Why not? It's always fun.
Okay.
I can handle more now, and without people popping off or getting fuzzy or whatever. So we'll plan something for Friday. And this was nice, this impromptu coming on just to, test things out. And
I just happened to flip on the computer, and I went over to the YouTube, and I just see Environmental Coffee House broadcasting live. Oh, well, let's see what she's talking about.
Yeah.
So it was one of those crazy things that just happened to, happen to see
here we are. Good. I think that we covered a lot, and we always do. And I really appreciate everybody that was here. And don't forget to like, and I'm doing the YouTube spiel. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Oh, and don't forget our Buy Me a Coffee fundraiser, which helps the channel maintain its subscriptions to all these damn things so I don't get a copyright infringement. And thank you, everybody, because really there are some really lovely people out here. Really lovely people. And don't ever think that Jim doesn't appreciate it, or I don't appreciate it, or the team. Everybody appreciates you guys. Okay? So what do you say, Jim? We say good evening. We say bye-bye.
I say good evening. Yep.
Thank you.
Or as the two Ronnies used to say, so it's good evening from him. And I don't know if you remember the old two Ronnies. It was a British comedy team, but they did some very zany stuff there.
Hey, would I get a copyright infringement if I used any of their stuff? Is it?
Probably.
Oh, that stinks. Oh, well. All right. Bye, everybody. Good night. Jim, thank you. We'll see you Friday. We'll probably do the more formal article deal. Okay.
Sure.
Peace out, guys. Peace out.